What are some of the situations where you choose to not let him know what's going on?
Are you talking about the telephone box incident?
Yes.
What? Where is he? Always late.
Well, the arrangement was very simple, I thought. We meet by a tree on the embankment, a tree we knew from past meetings. Luckily, I've now got a watch, so I was able to ascertain that I waited there for 14 minutes, 35 seconds. But I had no idea where Des was, despite our very clear arrangement. We were supposed to meet Des here, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then he revealed himself.
Stuart.
Oh, there you are. Very nice of you to join me.
I had to make a call.
Oh.
So I had a phone call to make. It was quite an important phone call. So I didn't want to use my mobile. Sounds like a good deal, yeah. Yeah, great. Yep, perfect.
So who are you talking to?
It's really not important, nothing to worry about.
Well, he has a track record of subterfuge, and so I was understandably concerned.
It's not that important.
That's somebody more important than your business partner of 20 odd years.
Yeah, you don't need to know about that.
Fair enough, yeah.
No.
Okay.
The thing is, if it reaches his level in the organisation, I'll brief him about it.
Who knows what was going on?
I think you've always got to be aware of, and with people bring great assets to an organisation, but I think you have to also be aware of their intellectual bandwidth.
I'm so sorry, I couldn't keep it in.
Who would have thought? 20 years.
Oh, we're talking about that now, are we?
Yeah,
Are we talking about? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, 20 years. It's gone like that, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah.
I spent most of the 20 years waiting for you, haven't I? There's been lots of memories over that time, because what's really interesting is we've travelled the world meeting thinkers and capturing their insights. The things that stay in our minds, I think, most powerfully are the events we've organised over the last decade, which bring together thinkers from throughout the world.
I remember the very first Gala, and there was just this fantastic atmosphere. All the people had come to London, all these, in my world, quite famous, serious people were here. And it was just this most amazing party going on. People were drinking cocktails, people were talking to each other. There was a wonderful buzz in the air, and I just remember looking at Stuart and thinking, this is sort of our party. We sort of did this. That the best management thinkers in the world were there. They were in the room. Fantastic.
One of the best events we did was in Odense in Denmark, when we got Michael Porter to deliver the Thinkers50 European Business Lecture. And what was really powerful there was that half the audience were from the corporate world and the other half were local students who were allowed access. And I think that is a very powerful part of what we do, that we give people access to the world's greatest business minds. Then I remember meeting C.K. Prahalad when he was number one.
At that time we were kind of professional cynics, we were journalists, so it was kind of in the blood to not get too excited about ideas.
No, I think his fortune at the bottom of the pyramid changed things, changed our perception as well.
Yeah, management and some of these ideas really could be a force for good.
And then we had Clay.
And I remember going to Clay's office the first time I ever met him, when I was going to interview him, talk to him about disruptive innovation. His office in Harvard. And he's got this sign outside that says, "Anomalies welcome." It's like...
It was like saying hello to you.
Yeah. I am an anomaly. No, he's like so open to people challenging his theory to make it a better theory.
And then Chan and Renée, the number ones in 2019.
God, we go back a long way with Chan and Renée. You think about it. Before Blue Ocean Strategy.
And it doesn't seem right talking about Blue Ocean in front of the brown water of the Thames.
No, that's definitely not a blue ocean at the moment.
And we've both been to Malaysia to see their ideas being put into practice.
Yeah. No, at a national level, amazing.
Yeah, so some great events and some great memories. And now we're at the pub. Where are we? Mudlark.
Mudlark, yeah, fine establishment, very handy.
Oh, the beers are on the way. Here we are, thank you. Yeah. Isn't that life?
You noticed that as well, did you? You noticed what happened in the pub the other day. That's typical. That's kind of one of his manoeuvres.
Does it hurt your feelings?
It doesn't so much hurt my feelings. It's just a nuisance because I'm thirsty, and would really appreciate the other half of my pint.
Glass half full or half empty?
Definitely half missing.
Do you feel like you let him win sometimes just because you know you're on top regardless?
yeah, you've worked it out. That's exactly right. You know, I'm amazed that Stuart hasn't figured it out yet, but he hasn't.
That's why he called Des Half Pint Dearlove.
Alcohol is one of the ways that he excavates to find his creative self. Some people can just access creativity, and some people need to drink a lot in order to do it. And you know, the drunker he is, the better for the company, I always think.
The mission of Thinkers50, we've always said, is to identify, rank and share the world's leading management ideas. Over time, I think our emphasis increasingly has been on sharing the ideas, thinking of innovative ways in which we can connect audiences to the latest management thinking. I think there's huge appetite for these ideas amongst developing economies in the world.
We've deliberately themed the 2021 Gala Ideas with Purpose, and I think that's another trend that we see coming through, is people are much more interested in organisations that have a purpose and a social function and actually contribute to society. And ideas should be the same. I mean, we've always been interested in practical ideas, but we're very interested at the moment in understanding ideas that can add to the sort of the human story and progress.
I think that's the big difference now from 20 years ago. That 20 years ago all the ideas were about improving shareholder value and things like that, improving individual corporate performance. But I think the people we feature now on the Thinkers50 want to change the world, want to make the world a better place. I think that's a huge change in ambition and aspiration from the people we feature in the Thinkers50, but also for the Thinkers50 itself. And what amazes me about management is how neglected it is, seeing it affects everybody's lives.
Well, you know, Christensen's point, you know, it's the most noble of professions if it's done properly, if it's done well.
I suppose the irony is that we ourselves are beyond management.